speaker is the Professor Moses from the Bioremediation University.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my presentation. I am Azizul Maqsood. I am Associate Professor, Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, Yamaguchi University, Japan. At first, I would like to thank all of you for attending to my presentation, and I am very happy to be back in this stage after 2 years. So, today's presentation title is like bioremediation and gas analysis during the bioremediation from landfill waste. So at the end of my presentation, you will come to know some innovative idea to bioremediate the landfill waste salinity problem. So before going to my main presentation, I would like to sorry for interrupting. So this is basically contents of my presentation. So I'll just skip this one. So let's begin with what is salinity. So the salinity of soil is kind of like one of the major geoenvironmental problems all over the world right now facing. So it is a kind of like high salt content of the soil. And if the salt content is high in the soil, then plant cannot grow. Okay? So this is a very common environmental problem all over the world, and it is, all over the continent it has a very emerging geoenvironmental problem. So due to the global warming and sea level rise, this problem is increasing day by day. So when the sea level is increasing, the seawater intrusion happens, and more land will be more saline. And actually this research of bioremediation salinity started in 2011 when the major mega earthquake happened in Tohoku, and after that the big tsunami happened. So a lot of area, agricultural land and other areas become high saline in the northern part of Japan. So we started to clean that soil or remove the salinity from the soil from the untraditional way, that is bioremediation. So bioremediation is normally used for chemical pollution treatment from the soil, but nobody tried to remove the salinity. So we tried for the first time, and we successfully did some field tests and laboratory tests with that method. So today, the previous speakers, they also mentioned that desertification is happening. So one of the main reasons for the desertification all over the world is the high salinity, and due to the lack of rainfall and other irrigation problem, it is happening. So salinity, to remove the salinity, we have to find some new way. But today maybe I focused on the salinity problem of landfill ash. Based on our previous knowledge from the bioremediation of salinated soil, we tried to bioremediation of landfill waste. In Japan, most of the landfill is filled with the incineration ash. It means the solid waste is burned and then ash is dumped. And during the burning, a lot of salt is generated, and that is a very serious problem, because when the leachate water goes to the environment, it has still the high salinity. So somehow we did some research with our some local landfill company. So they tried to reduce the salinity from their landfill waste. So this is the purpose of our research, to reduce the salinity from the landfill waste by bioremediation. And as the the ash is very serious condition, like geoenvironmental condition, very serious, like high pH, high electrical conductivity. So single bacteria bioremediation cannot be applied. So we tried to make some, develop some collective microorganisms in our laboratory, and then apply that microorganisms to the landfill waste. And here is some of the features of that landfill ash. So you can see that pH is 9, or electrical conductivity is like very much high. So this is so serious for the bacteria. So, I mean, no bacteria can survive basically in this serious geoenvironmental condition. So, we prepared some collective microorganisms in the laboratory and then try to gradually acclimate them to used to with that serious condition and then apply. And we use some recycled waste glass, we call it foamed waste glass, as the like habitat for the bacteria. And also, we will show that we make some landfill simulator. So we use that one. Yes. So this is our landfill simulator. We make some semi-aerobic landfill. It means there is some perforated pipe in the middle, and that surrounding of the perforated pipe, we put the foamed waste glass. So this is actually famous landfill method in the all over the world. Now it is using, but we try to make this type of simulation. And to check the gas, we did the gas chromatography. What happened? And this we found that after like 7 days, the salinity reduced with the collective microorganisms. And this happened because all the bacteria, they help each other symbiotic way and we try to reduce the salinity. And pH is also in the reasonable way. But to explain the mechanism, what happened, we checked the gas generated during the bioremediation, and we found that some chloride gas or chloroform is generated. So when the it happens when that volatility happens and the chlorine gas goes from that ash. So this is the conclusion. The bioremediation of extreme bad soil and landfill ash can be possible with the collective microorganisms. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. So, any questions or comments from the audience? Okay.
I'm Joanna from Kyushu University, so I'm not really familiar with the organic microorganisms. So can you tell me how did you prepare the sample? How did you prepare it in the laboratory, the microorganisms? And also, like you talked about the chloroform. Maybe you explained it too fast. I could not get the idea why it's important to consider that
Okay, thank you for your question. So actually we prepared the collective microorganisms in our laboratory. So basically we prepared with, as the name it says, collection of some different types of microorganisms. So we chose like salt tolerant microorganisms, like lactic acid bacteria, and all of them like photosynthetic bacteria, all are friendly bacteria. So no dangerous bacteria we use. So we collected and then we incubated in the laboratory. So, and after it's kind of liquid form, so easy to apply in the field. So that is the first answer. And for the gas chromatography results, so gas chromatography means like they can analyze what are the content in this gas. So during the bioremediation process, we found that some chloroform gas is generated, and chloroform is the chemical composition of chlorine, and chlorine is the main responsible element for the high salinity. So actually we got the result from the beginning that salinity is reducing due to the bioremediation, but actually we did not know what is the mechanism for that. I mean how the salinity goes, the bacteria break down and what is happening inside. So we checked the gas analysis, and then we found that it is released to the atmosphere through the bioremediation. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you very much. So, any other questions? Maybe a short question. Okay, please.
working with some our local companies who are doing the landfill program. So yeah, we are very much in the application stage right now. So we prepare our own microorganisms, collective of microorganisms, and now we are planning how to apply. I mean, how to spray, or I mean, which form should we do that like this. So we are in the advanced stage now of the application. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you very much. So it's time is up. So thank you very much for that. So wonderful project.